Hey guys, today's exercise how-to, we're going to be looking at the seated cable row. Now, in different gyms, there's so many different variations of this machine, but the concepts are going to be the same. So what we're really trying to work on is the mid part of the back. And as you'll know, as we go through this exercise, there may be some things that you'll find that you've been doing incorrectly. And the other thing too, guys, is if you haven't been shown or taught, this is the video for you just to get a bit of exercise instructional how-tos and make sure that you're obviously utilizing the muscles according to what the exercise is trying to do. So as I mentioned before, guys, is that it is part of the mid-back. I won't go into it, but there are many different variations of a row. So I'm going to take you through a few of the basics today. So what we're going to look at first is with anything with positioning of the feet. You don't want to be up too close when you're grabbing the handles, and you don't want to be obviously too far away as well. It's sort of just in between. Now, the other thing too is I've got the singular handles in here. They're the cable bars, the lat pull down bars. There's a lot of different attachments, but as I said, there's going to be the same principles that we apply to this movement as well. So the biggest thing we're going to start with is what we commonly see in the gym. Okay, so this exercise turns into a bicep curl, some sort of weird shoulder variation, and again, it's like Chinese whispers of an exercise. Someone's seen an exercise but interpreted it differently, and down the line it just turns into something totally different. So again, what we're going to do is make sure that you've got your feet on the foot placement there. Now, grip-wise, guys, is you don't want to let your hands fall down on the fingers. Why? Is I've had many different occasions of RSI problems in my forearms, so make sure that you've got a good proper grip of the handles, but you're not gripping them too tight, all right? But when we're pulling through, I'm just going to show you what I normally see. Now, if I get Sharice just side on. When we're pulling through, is you'll see that there's a lot of bicep, and watch with my shoulders. So if you're seeing side on there, there's really, it's basically turned into just a pure bicep exercise. Now, Sheree, I'll get you to come around the back, and we're going to do the same. So if we're pulling through, you'll see when we're pulling through, it's just all bicep, and there's not much going on exactly where we want it in the back. So I'm going to show you two of the best cues when I'm teaching someone any type of row movement is, one, pretend there's I've got two 5-cent coins. I'm putting it at the top of the shoulder blade and the mid part of the shoulder blade, guys, and you've got to try and squeeze the coin, squeeze the 5-cent coin. The other cue is where your sternum, open up your sternum, well, show them what you got, okay? They're the two sort of cues that I use. So if you see me now, if I'm pulling through, and I'll get Sheree to show you guys in a minute, but if I'm pulling through and I'm squeezing the 5-cent coin and opening my chest up at the same time, you'll see there's a whole different movement in through my back. Whereas if I'm just pulling through before, you're going to see side on, there's a lot of bicep, and the shoulder's actually coming into it as well, which is the total opposite of what we're trying to achieve. So when you're pulling through, think of the two cues, 5-cent coin, 5-cent coin. You've got to squeeze those together, and also the sternum coming out. So if you see the cue, rolling it through, and you don't want to pull your arms and then squeeze. You want both happening at the same time. So Sheree, I'll just get you to come side on again. Now let's get this cue again. Good grip of the handles, not too tight, because you don't want the biceps and the forearms fatiguing. And the other cue as well, guys, is pretend that you're pulling through the elbow, all right? If you're pulling through the wrist, you're going to tighten up and get a lot more fatigue through the forearms and the biceps as well. So pull through the elbows. You really need to think about what muscles you're trying to use in through the back. So let's go. So I'm going to show you first the how-to knot. Pulling through, you'll see a lot of bicep, exit, probably lat, out of lat, all right? Now, the how-to, core nice and strong, pulling through, squeeze the 5-cent coin together, open the chest up, all right? Squeezing the 5-cent coin together, open the chest up. Okay, get your shree to come around the back. So we're going to do the how not to first. Pulling through, as you can see, there's not really any activation through my back except for probably my outer lats. Same thing, sitting up nice and straight. Open the chest up, sternum out, squeezing the 5-cent coin together. All right? Squeezing the 5-cent coin. You want to make sure that you're not flaring your elbows out at some, again, different variations through the back. Pulling through, squeeze them down. All right? You want to avoid a lot of swing as well. You don't want to use momentum. Slow and controlled, getting that good squeeze in through your shoulder blades and pulling the handle around to the belly button there. Not too low, not too high. It's just a normal seated cable row. All right, guys? So there's the exercise how to, seated cable rows. Hope you enjoyed. Now, guys, if you've got any questions, we would love to hear from you. And more importantly, don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms for great content.
So follow us on Instagram,
Facebook,
and subscribe to our channel.